Oh, well, good morning. It is 1 week out. We have officially made it almost. So it's about, 5 o'clock in the morning. And as always, I couldn't sleep no matter what time I go to bed. I seem to be getting up at the exact same time every day. So I'm going to chronicle this day a little bit differently, I think, with 7 days out. I'm going to kind of describe where we're at, where the week is looking, coming up ahead. I'm just going to hit the gym right now for a quick little pump workout. Reason being is yesterday was a big high carb day, my last one for the week. Not including the carb loading part, but we won't be taking in quite that many carbs on the carb load, I don't think. I did 750 grams of carbs yesterday, all from cream of rice and rice. So I got a lot of food going on. Today my weight was up 4 pounds, which can be expected after a big load. Reason being is that, the carbs hold water like sponges at a ratio of about 3 grams of water to 3 to 4 grams of water to every gram of carbohydrates. So that massive spike that you see on the scale that, we often get as well when we go out for a big binge meal or something like that. It's not body fat typically. Well, not all of it in most cases, perhaps some of it. In this case, it's just water being stored as glycogen in the muscles. So you get this very full effect. It's good to go into the gym for a good pump workout after that to kind of partition that glycogen a little bit better into the muscles. Nothing too strenuous, just light, lots of reps, move some blood around, and I will check in with you a little bit later and let you know how this week is looking and what differences and changes. I got a couple surprises I'm going to let you know about, and we'll talk to you soon. Talk to you in a bit. Cheers. So before I get off to the gym, show you what my routine is going to look like this morning. Got my good old Gila Mix shaker bottle. This shaker bottle is the friggin' best shaker bottle in the world. And I had to go out and buy every single color. I got it from Amazon. I'll throw the link to it down below in the description. They're like 23 bucks or something like that, but holy crap, they're like super durable. They've got this unique kind of cylinder shape to them, so when you shake it up, it really mixes everything, almost like a blender. You can like mix peanut butter in this and everything, and it's like super durable. The cap snaps on nicely. Can't say better things about this thing here. So what are we going to be doing today? ANS Prophecy. I love their pre-workout. All of their products are fantastic. This is good for energy. It's going to be good for stimulating the pump. It's a vasodilator, which means it expands the blood vessels, so you have more nutrient, more glycogen moving around to the muscles. It's good stimulant as well. So it's good to take that about 30 minutes prior to the workout. So I'm going to down that now just before I head out. And take to the workout Quench EAAs from ANS as well. Essential aminos and electrolytes. It's about 9 grams of electrolytes, not 9 grams of electrolytes, 9 grams of EAAs per serving. Great for hydration, good for stimulating muscle building, contains B vitamins, critical electrolytes. It's good for, especially when you're in a depleted state, to make sure that you have enough of the aminos to support, not necessarily muscle growth at this point, but certainly to support preserving what muscle that you have. So I'm going to fire these together in my trusty Gila Mix, and then we're going to head out. Okay, so I'll check in with you in a bit. Cheers. Okay, gang, 5:30 in the morning, bright and early still. We're in the car on the way to the gym. The weather here in Lethbridge, Alberta, 6 degrees, so it's a little bit nipply out there. Nonetheless, got my nice thick gasp hoodie on. So we're going to head in and shake it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. It's going to be a warm day today. So cardio. let's talk about that a little bit. So Coach Big Paul has dropped my steps. Initially they were at 12,000, they dropped down to 10,000, and now down to 8,000. And I probably only got, another 4 or 5 sessions left to go on cardio. And then once the carb up process starts this week, the cardio is going to drop out altogether, because there's no point in putting in the carbs to fill up the muscle when you're just going to be blowing them out the back door again by doing exercise. And hey, have a look at this shot. This is pretty cool coming down the hill here. Just hang on a second. A little bit of fog action going on down here in Lethbridge. So still heading to the gym. Check in with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, we have arrived at the gym. Gonna get our little pump workout on, just upper body. Again, nothing too strenuous. Probably chase a bunch of reps just to move the blood around, take advantage of all those carbs that I had yesterday. There is literally nobody at the gym. There's 3 cars in the parking lot, which is pretty fantastic. It's not a very busy gym, even at the best of times, but I really enjoy it because it's old school. And when you're in the best shape of your life, you want to get out and flaunt it a little bit. You want to rock those tank tops and look good. I'm going to try to see if I can get some video inside. I didn't end up bringing the tripod. It's just a pain in the ass to cart around. But on another note, and if some of you are aware, Coach Antonella, not only with coaching, but most of her life she has been a professional photographer, doing wedding photography and portrait photography. So in a couple of 3 days, she's going to come into the gym with me. We're going to take advantage of doing some shots and doing some video for the last couple training sessions, so I'll be able to post that up. I haven't done too much in the way of training videos, simply because I've been lazy bringing tripods, and I don't know, I don't like being one of those guys where I'm bringing shit into the gym, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because if you're like I said, you're in the best shape of your life, you kind of want to capture that shit, right? You want to have lasting memories. And I know we spend so much money on contest prep and getting in shape. I think you'd be very remiss if you didn't take advantage of doing some type of professional photography, whether you're paying for it at the show or you're setting up a photo shoot in relation to the show. I think it's very important. I know it is for us, because it truly helps our business that we're able to post these updates and post pictures and video for our clients to kind of see that hey, even this guy at 55 can still try to put it together as best as possible. So we're going to get in there shortly, shake it up a little bit. So I did book professional photography at the show. So they're going to be video and photographing all 3 of the divisions that I'm in, the Masters men's over 40, the over 50 class, as well as the open class. So as part of the wrap-up video to this journey, I'll be able to get a lot of that video, just so my friends and family who couldn't be here for this can also kind of share in the journey as well at the show. But we're going to document the shit right out of that, so you guys can kind of see the before, the during, the after, the food that I'm going to put back in enormous quantities. I've already got the green light from Coach Paul to be an asshole dieter for 36 hours, he said. So that's going to cover the evening of the show, as well as the following day, where I'm just going to be able to eat the things that I felt like I've missed out on. And herein lies my personal problem. And this is what I intend on doing differently. And you might want to consider this for yourself if you're doing contest prep or whatever. Just because the show is over, that's not the green light just to let your foot off the gas and just eat whatever you want and gain back a bunch of weight, because during that phase after the show you've been so depleted and so deprived. I know your brain is telling you, hey, go out and eat a bunch of garbage, and then that's why Paul has put some restrictions on it, because he doesn't want me to balloon the hell up and, you know, crush a lot of the progress that we've made. But because you've been in such a depleted state, it's a great time to get back in and train and eat a good amount of food, and, you know, take advantage of that growth window with extra calories, and not letting it get too far. Like I have always known to been, the foodie in me always wants to crush a bunch of stuff. So you're going to see the food that I'm going to eat that following day, and then that'll be it. We'll be right into our off-season kind of mode, save and except for the vacation that we have to Punta Cana the following week, which will be a great rest for both Antonella and I, because she's put, you know, as much effort into dealing with me on this prep as I have. So we both deserve a much needed vacation, but I'm going to treat things sensibly, and we're going to document that as well, just to kind of give you an idea of how you can still stick on plan during your vacation, but still enjoy it as a vacation. So I'm not going to be super strict 24/7. I'm going to eat pretty clean during the day is the plan, and then just have whatever meal we want in the evening. Again, having the wherewithal that you're not going to be, you know, taking in thousands of extra calories and trying to wipe out your progress. And we're still going to be working out. Quite often when we go on vacation, we choose hotels that have decent gyms in them, because we do enjoy working out, and we do enjoy getting the steps in, walking along the beach or what have you. So looking forward to that. So join me in the gym, and we'll check things out inside there. In the spirit of getting back into training clients, I haven't done one-on-one training with clients in a gym setting for quite some time. I picked up this kick-ass looking Wolfpack gym bag, and as you can see, I've got my advertising on it, Coach, GAZEYFITNESS.com, Men's Physique. So it's pretty eye-catching. So what do we got here in the bag? As far as headphones go, this is, like, let me know in the comments what you guys find are good to use for headphones. Like, I'm using the Powerbeats 2. I've tried a bunch of them. I tried the over-ear ones, and I really don't love them because, you know, they're bulky, they're hot, they get sweaty. I find they fall off my head quite easily. These are cool because they've got the ear loops, so they're very snug, they're very secure, they sound great. So I've been using these. What else we got in here for today? I got these are really cool bare hand gloves. Now, I'm a bit of a wussy when it comes to skin stuff. I get very sensitive skin, so I find, look, no calluses. I hate the callus thing, so I find that this just covers that area with the calluses, and it's almost like you're not wearing any gloves at all. It's good for grip as well. They're called bare hand gloves. You can get them online in a bunch of different colors. So let's get out there, let's chase a pump and see what we can do with this. Okay, just getting started. Let's see what we can do with this in here. Get her done. the gym, and I'm going to show you my meals for today. Today is a low day, so all the meals are going to be pretty much the same. I got my Redmond's Real Salt going on. Big difference now, which kind of sucks and kind of takes the wind out of my sails, is today I drop all the condiments. So if you've been watching, I'm big into the sauces. So now there's no more sauces. The only seasoning I've got going on is the Redmond's salt. So this meal is going to be 135 grams of chicken. We've got Coach Antonella prepared me the zucchini and cauliflower in the air fryer. Not a lot of calories in it, but it helps you feel a little bit more full, with the food volume. I've got an extra 10 grams of fat from avocado, which ends up being 65 grams. And I've got cucumbers, no calories, but a little bit of crunch, a little bit of texture. Again, it's about keeping full. I've got my big thing of Redmond's salt there. Another big change, which I'm struggling with, is I've just switched to straight spring water, 7 liters a day. Again, we're eliminating all extra sodium and anything that may cause bloating and water retention. So like the sauces kind of have sugar alcohols in them, or, the seasonings have like garlic and onion or different things like that, which are high FODMAP foods, which can cause some indigestion, some gastric issues. So we want to eliminate all of that. So all the meals are going to be, these are about a 330 calorie meal. So I'm going to be doing 6 of them. So what's that? Just around 2,000 calories, no condiments. The only substitution for the chicken would be white fish, where I can have 200 grams of white fish for a total of 40 grams of protein per meal. So looking at 240 grams of protein for this meal. So this one's going down. I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, so let's discuss the last 7 days leading into the show. Woohoo! 7 days to go, and that's it. Antonella, you happy about that? Yeah. Very happy about that. So keeping things simple and structured, because your brain does not want to try to figure things out anything more difficult than the food scale. So I've got it day by day, what I'm supposed to be doing each and every day, so I know what the changes are made. So let's go through them, starting with 7 days out. So 7 days out means that we stopped all the condiments. So the only thing going in is the Redmond's Real Salt, 1/4 teaspoon a meal times 6. Weight this morning was 230 pounds. So my goal, the last show I did 2 years ago, I was 225 pounds on the morning of the show. And I was too small by a lot and not nearly lean enough by a lot. So I'm thinking we accomplish both goals this time. So bigger and much leaner, and I'm in the best shape of my life, which is a good accomplishment for me at 55. So 7 days out, we stopped all the condiments. We've switched over, 10 days out actually, we switched over. This one was a hard one, just spring water. And I have a tough time just getting back plain water because it tastes like water. It's just texture, nothing. I would typically add the flavor enhancers, the 0 calories, like the Crystal Light or the Tang 0 calorie, or I would have Diet Pop or the sparkling spring water that's flavored. Anything to help me consume 7 liters of water in a day. And I find that, well, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm getting the 7 liters in, but it's kind of unpleasant. I freaking hate it. So at 6 days out, nothing changed. Meals stay the same. Workout's going to be just a light workout. All the workouts from this point in are just light workouts. There's no gas in the tank. The gas is gone a long time ago. Just going through the motions, shuttling around some nutrients. Up to 5 days out. Again, no change at the 5-day out plan. Still 7 liters of spring water. Still salting all my meals normally. This is not set in stone. So if you've got a good contest prep coach, you should be checking in very, very frequently in this last week. If not daily, in more than once a day. You don't want to have somebody just give you, here's your plan for the week, follow this day by day, because it's subject to change. Every day I'm going to be sending him pictures fasted in the morning, and based on those pictures, any of this stuff can change. So it's very dynamic. It's not static, which is exactly what you want. If a coach is coming to you and saying, follow this to the letter and you're going to get shredded, you're going to be stage ready, I don't know about that. You know, everybody's different. Every single time you do a show, the response can be different, even if you're doing the same thing each and every time. So it's good to document it as well, just to kind of see where you're at, especially your photographs and your weight, at which stage in the process. Coming into 4 days out, so my protein sources are going to be chicken, cod, or lean ground turkey. The only fats are going to be coming from almond butter, avocado, or almonds. I've been sticking with the avocado. But the pain in the ass, you know, the reason I stick with the avocado is not only because I love it, but there's a lot of food volume there. I just, like, where the hell are you going to put nut butters? I guess you can put it on your chicken or your fish, but I don't know. It's not a lot of food volume. It doesn't feel very satisfying. The avocado is kind of substantial, so it feels a little bit better. But the problem with it is they take days and days to ripen. And if you're having avocado 6 meals a day, that's a shitload of avocado. I just can't ripen them fast enough to stick up with the process. I had been using guacamole kind of as a stand-in if the avocados hadn't ripened yet. But that's got to come out this week as well. So no guacamole, simply because, again, the high FODMAP foods containing garlic or onions and seasonings and stuff like that, you don't want to do anything that's going to affect gastric emptying or stomach distension. Cardio that day, 4 days out, is just going to be a 30-minute walk post-workout. Again, salting all the meals. Could be subject to change, but that is kind of the basic template that we're running. 3 days out. Cream of rice or white rice only. Now we're dropping the carbs very significantly on the 3 days out. And the reason being is you're getting ready for the loading process. We're going to bring a bunch of carbs back in. And it's plain cream of rice and plain white rice. Now, for those of you who live in Canada, there's a difficult time in getting plain cream of rice. And I chat GPT'd it because I couldn't figure out for the life of me. They have cream of wheat and they have oatmeal and they have all that shit. But plain cream of rice, no bueno. Because of the packaging and because of the supply versus demand. There's not a big demand in Canada for plain cream of rice. And because of the packaging has to be dual labeled in English and in French, the producers just say, screw this, it's just not worth it. So we don't have plain cream of rice. It's harder to get. You can order it off Amazon, but it's ridiculously expensive. A little orange box. And it's also fortified with a lot of iron and stuff like that. So what I did was I made my own plain cream of rice, just using the coffee grinder, the coffee grinder that grinds the coffee beans. You just throw the rice in, hit the button, and it grinds it into a fine powder. And then you've got the best cream of rice going because there's nothing added into it. It's just rice. Check in pics. 2 days out. Light upper body training only, no more cardio. That's when we're going to whack in a bunch of carbs, depending, again, only from cream of rice or white rice. And we've switched things over to adding a fattier source of beef. So I went out and got a bunch of ground sirloin. So not ground beef, actually sirloin steak, and the butcher has ground it up into like a burger consistency. So I'm gonna flatten those out. Well, Antonella's gonna flatten those out, and she's gonna cook them in the air fryer. So I've got like these extra lean ground beef kind of patties. But again, the protein quantity of protein is going to be on the lower side. You don't want to be taking in a large amount of food volume at that point. And really, what's the protein doing at that point in the game? You're not building any muscle at that point. And that's going to take us up to 1 day out. So I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to be updating this shit on the fly as we go, and from the hotel, so you're going to see some of the meals. But we do appreciate you following the journey. Links to any of the products, ANS, in the description below. We really appreciate your support. Saves 20% off all their products, and their products are truly amazing. Their Whey ISO, awesome. The pre-workout, awesome. Their EAAs, also awesome. The Diablo, the fat burner, had to drop all those out now too. And they've got a Diablo PM, which is friggin' amazing for sleep, rest, and recovery. Just have 1 scoop before bed and lights out. Great product. So thanks again for following the journey. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you support the channel and like what it is that we do and see some value in it. We're going to get some cool content coming up as we get on the road heading towards Red Deer, Alberta. 7 days out. Thanks so much. Cheers. Have a great day.